Hi Libra, welcome to your what do you need to do or what do I need to do reading for September 14th through October 13th. Look at that, Queen of Wands, yay, could be Aries. Well, what do you need to do? Have a good time, get out there and get after it. Command all the things. Anyway, everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, including the recommend a reader shout out. This is intended to be a romantic love reading. That was the Three of Pentacles, by the way, but may resonate in other areas of your life. All right, Libra. What do you need to do, Libra? Ace of Cups. Look at that. Nice. Wow. Okay. Judgment. Okay. Five of Cups. So we got Ace of Cups and Judgment. Wow. Okay. So that looks like someone's still has strong feelings for someone and has really been thinking about either all that has happened and having remorse, wanting to a second chance, or at least wanting to atone. And that disappointment that comes with oh crap, I messed up, or oh man, I wish things were differently, I wish they'd done differently, things like that. Okay, so this could be Cancerian, Scorpio, or Sagittarius, Libra. The Sun, this could be Leo. The Moon, Pisces or Cancerian. Page of Cups. Seven of Wands. Six of Wands. Four of Swords. Alright, so what do we got here? Is this about you forgiving? You know what? You're like in the in-between. Okay, wait. Like what? You're like in limbo. You're in limbo. There's strong feelings here, but it's like you're not going past a certain point because then it could be detrimental to either you or the relationship. But why? So it's not that it's over, but you're in limbo. And you're gonna be keeping busy, and is it because you have to, does someone need to rise up to your level, or is it that someone needs to clear their schedule? Which is it? With his Five of Cups. His Five of Cups. Empress. Let's see. Okay. What's this Sun card about? What's this Sun card? Five of Swords. What's this Moon card about? Judgment again. So this is all about not knowing what to do, as far as it's almost like, you know what, I know that I love you, but beyond that, I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't know how we're going to fix this. I don't know what to do. Don't know if it can be fixed. Not really sure. I'm disappointed because we can't be what I thought we could be, but that remains. Okay, hold on a minute. What's this Page of Cups here? Yeah, this is okay, what's this Page of Cups? Lovers. Seven of Wands, what's that? Alright. Wherever you're at right now, you need to stay there. Because just because you've come, well, wait a minute. I was going to say, just because you've come full circle doesn't mean that the other person has yet. But hold on a minute. I think this is also about you deciding what you want if this person hasn't come forward yet, or if this person's kind of leaving you hanging. Is that why you're in limbo? Because you haven't heard word back from this other person? And it's going to be eventually you're going to have to be making some decisions or choices. If you can't have that conversation with them, it's like, well, then there's their answer, right? If they're not getting back to you, then there's your answer. So, but this isn't over though. Things are in limbo. And this is about you, whatever, wherever you're at, you stay there. Whatever position you have arrived at, that is your stance. Stay there. Don't budge from that, because you have thought about this, and there's a love there, but you're not backing down, because if you did, it would be to the detriment of the relationship. It would mean that you have to be less than, or you have to accept less in this relationship. Don't do that, because it'll build resentment. At the end, it's gonna not be good down the road. It's the Six of Wands. It's the Six of Wands. It's the Six of Wands about. The heck? That's interesting. Okay. Sorry, talking to myself. What's this Six of Wands about? Seven of Wands. We got Seven of Wands here too. Good for you. Good for you. Don't lower your standards. You stand your ground. And if you have to withdraw, if this is about, well, then I guess we stop here. It's not that you're ended, but I guess, you know, because you're not making room, and someone's not making room for you in your life or in their life, or, okay, we had to put this on hold because I got to go away for a 6-month stint somewhere or whatnot. Okay. Might not be happy about it, but at least that's understandable. But other things, like someone's just confused, they don't know, well, then your job is to stay put until they get clear. Because it's not about you lowering your standards so that someone can feel comfortable with being with you. And if you have to withdraw and you just like, all right, you know my position on things, you know where I stand, you know what I want. If and when you're ready, I'm going to be over here. But don't take too long, because I'm not in the business of waiting for someone to figure out that I'm worth it, you know? Everybody needs time to think about things. That's fair. But when you become sequestered rather than just, you know, voluntarily waiting, feels like you're losing out then. That was for Libra. Ooh, I got through this one quick. That's through Libra. Because it feels like they just don't know. Like they're not that forthcoming with this. They're just not making enough of an effort. They're not communicating enough. They're not letting you. So it's almost like you're kind of left on your own to make some choices, some decisions. You're the one, like, as far as will they, won't they, should we, shouldn't we. It's kind of like you're the one that feels like maybe you have to make the decision. And it's like, well, if I'm going to have to make the decision, if I'm left on my own, of course I'm going to choose myself. I mean, that's obvious. And this person, if they don't make an effort, I mean, they're going to lose here. Because I can't expect you to wait around with no response or no input or anything. It's supposed to be a decision that you two make together as far as where we go from here. I'm not talking about a breakup, but I'm talking about things progressing and getting back together. That's supposed to be a conversation you both have, not just someone being perpetually on the fence and leaving you hanging. Both of you broke it. Both of you have to fix it. It's not going to be up to you. And if it is, don't you do it. Shame on somebody for leaving it all up to you then. Unless you were the one that broke it. Unless you did something egregious, of course. But even still, there has to be agreement on some level. Like, okay, we'll try, but I'm going to be hanging back over here while I see, I need to see some effort. And this is what that sort of thing. But it looks like you're not really getting much from them at all. And the focus is about, okay, well, you know how I feel. And I'm not backing down from what I want and my standards. Now for Libra. They're still stuck together. There it is. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay, not a fan of that, but I can see why, because this is you holding your position for what you want. It's like, I'll wait because this is, I think I'm worth it. I think this is worth it at this level, but I'm not going past that. Like, I'm not going to go below that. I'm not going to go below my standards. This person either might be on the fence. They might have things that need their attention elsewhere. Fine. Your situation, your call, your life, all of that. You do you. I just feel like they need to be able to know if it's appropriate, that you're not going to wait forever. It could be that you have to slow things down. I mean, we got the Page of Cups here and the Lover's card. It could be that things need to slow down for whatever reason. But I could see that at the start of a relationship. Like someone is raring to go and someone else is like, whoa, I need a little bit slower. But we're talking about reconciliation here. We're talking about people getting back together. And it just feels like you two aren't on the same page and you're holding out for your standards. To be fair, this could be someone that can't get to you yet because of work or location, to be fair. But if that's the only issue, okay, then I could see why it's going to take a while, right? Slow and steady wins a race. Got to cool your jets. I get it. But if this is someone that's just kind of indecisive and they're not very communicative or forthcoming, I feel like that's wasting your time. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's me being too black or white, but I just feel like they're not striking the proper tone. A reconciliation is supposed to be an agreement, or at least two people are in, but it's like, well, wait a second. Why are they being so elusive about it? And I say that because perhaps I haven't been clear. Oh, you're the one that initiated. Oh, I thought they did. That's why I'm getting so offended, because I'm like, wait a second. They sit there and go, well, I don't know. Well, you're the one that initiated. What are you doing dropping the ball? They didn't initiate. You did. Okay. Shifting gears. That makes sense then, because that's where my frustration was. Like, wait a second. If they're wanting this reconciliation, why all of a sudden are they kind of being like cooling their jets and going to sleep on you? Well, it's because you're the one that was coming back in wanting to know. Okay. So then, wow, maybe I should start over and just start it from 12 minutes on, huh? This is about you staying the course then with your devotion, walking the walk and talking the talk and taking it slow. Day in, day out, consistency will build results. All right. That kind of makes sense as far as taking it slow, being remorseful and sad about what happened, wanting better for the both of you because there is a love there, and staying the course. Doing the right thing, staying the course, being consistent and reliable. Okay. I do feel like this is about you having to kind of hold your position, or at least maintain your position, while they are able to see the consistency and the results over time. So this is going to be a sustained effort on your part. And the thing is, they may or may not accept. You might come to where you're just like, okay, I love you, but it's going to have to be from afar. Or I'm going to have to take a break because I'm not getting any acknowledgement for my effort. I'm not getting any response from you either way. So I could see that if you're like, it's not going to work, or, okay, I like it, keep going. But it could be that they're not even willing to meet you halfway. Like there's just no communication, or there's no clear direction, how they feel or otherwise. And you're like, at the end of the day, I know that I want this. I put in the effort and the time, but you still don't know. I think I'm going to have to take a break from this because I can't. I've said I'm sorry. I'm doing what I feel is right. And if it's still not enough, then I guess it's not going to be enough. But it's not because I didn't try. All right. Okay. What am I reaching for here? Nothing like pulling it out of your hat at the 12-minute mark, right? So it looks like that you're feeling like this reconciliation more than this other person is. They just aren't able to give you any clear answer. They're kind of wishy-washy. They're kind of not really. We got the moon card here also. I have to say though, I like that you're like, well, okay, but I'm not gonna lower my standard. So it kind of, it's not that kind of is, but it's like you're still like, look, I feel like you're being forthright. And I feel like there might, for reasons that you don't know about, that they're not exactly conveying or being truthful with you about how or why they're not as interested. And that's fine, that's their right, but it doesn't mean that you have to keep throwing your heart and soul into this if there's just no reciprocity or someone's just not interested. So slow and steady wins the race, to be fair, but at the same time, I feel like there needs to be some acknowledgement for your effort. Otherwise, it might be that you're being toyed with, you know? Or that, assuming good intentions, not that you're toyed with, but that they just aren't as into it. They're just kind of meh. And that could, we got Four of Swords here and we got the Prince of Cups. That could be another thing saying pull back. Stand your ground, but if they're not on board, then you're pulling back. They know your position, they know what you're capable of, and what your intent could look like if they're on board. But if they're going to be wishy-washy and kind of keep stringing things along with no decision or no, then you're like, well, okay, I have my answer then, and I'll leave you to it, you know, because I'm not going to be throwing good after bad or just good into an empty void, you know. What else for Libra? Death. That could be Scorpio. So this could be you shifting gears. It could be you making an effort initially, and then all of a sudden you realizing, you know what, I love you, but I can see that you're just not really on board with this either way, and I'm just going to take a break from the pursuit. I'm going to take a break from being available, or I'm going to take a break from being into this, because it doesn't seem like I'm getting back any encouragement or effort or any reciprocity. Like you're just not, so I'm bowing out. But you know how I feel, and you know what it could be if you ever decide to reciprocate or if you're interested in this. But I guess I'm going to bow out. The thing is that if we didn't have these, or no, sorry, if we didn't have this, I'd be like, oh, this is you just kind of leaving it where it is and walking away. But this says slow and steady wins the race. So this feels like, with this here, it feels like this is saying it's going to take a lot more time than you thought it would. And that there is potential, but we're talking months. We're not just talking weeks and a series of events. We're talking time. And this is about transformation. This is about whatever happened. Things have changed since then, and you two are going to be operating on a different contract. So that's going to take time to come to an agreement, and it could be that someone's kind of still in the throes of figuring out their new position, so much so that they can't really think about a reconciliation right now, or they don't want it to be about that. They just want to take it day to day and see how they feel and get to know you on a friend level, or just, okay, we can have coffee on Saturday once a week or something. You know what I mean? Like it's slow and steady. So it could be that this is a game changer. This is like really, like there's like 3 different options here, scenarios, each with equal gravity. So it's like on the one hand you love them, you know where you stand, you know what it could be capable of, but they're going to need more and they're going to need time, and they're indecisive. And it's like, well, take a break, but slow and steady wins the race. And it's like, well, which one? And the answer is yes. Well, that doesn't help. Yes, it does. Calm down. No. Okay. What else for Libra? Good Lord, this is like all over the place. I can see where this sort of like, God, but it could be this, but we have to wait, oh God. I can see where there's like this exasperation, and yet this kind of like, okay, well, I'll pull back, but I still want it, but what else for Libra? And I could see, yeah, because it's like you see the potential of what it could be, and you want to make amends. It's sincere, but they're just not there yet. This right here is saying that they will be over time. But right now, this is someone that needs, it's probably best if you kind of cool your jets and like hold the vision, or, you know, like, all right, I'm ready to show you when you're ready, but Guess I'll have to throttle back for now. Have to plan differently. What else for Libra? I had this all wrapped up at 7 or 8 minutes, and then I had to... Okay, so we've got 7 of Pentacles and the Magician reversed. Okay, so this is being at the crossroads. This is staying the course, deciding if something is worth it, but seeing this possibility for what it could be at the very end and staying the course, giving to a worthwhile cause, a worthy cause, giving to something that you feel like in the end is going to pay off, but kind of stopping and taking a minute to assess where you're at, shifting gears if need be, but still deciding that it's worth it. And this is, at the end of the day, kind of being confused and not knowing what's going to happen next. Having conviction and wanting what you want and having an idea of what it could look like, what it could be, the potential. But right now there's frustration. It's a lot of great ideas, but they're not taking off yet. I don't think this is about being at the crossroads with a controlling person. I don't think that. I think in light of everything, the flippy floppy that I was doing and all that all over the place, I think this is about all the potential outcomes and possibilities that you have been thinking about, because there's a need to re-strategize and throttle back because someone is not quite on board with this yet. They're going to need a lot more time, perhaps, than either you want or that you didn't know about, that you didn't know they were going to be on the fence about it like they are. So this is causing you to have to reposition and re-strategize and be like, okay, well, and at the end of the day, you decide it's worth it, but there's only so much you can do without feedback or without someone's buy-in. And so this is a lot of potential, a lot of great ideas, a lot of wanting this, but it's not taking off just yet. This is the wow, but not the how. The potential, but not the road to get there. All right. Okay, so, good Lord, that was just... Okay. So, keep saying at the end of the day, because I feel like there's this flurry of thinking about things, and then it's like, then there's this, I have to step back from this, I have to wait, just don't get all excited, and then I have to step back. That's what I feel like this is. Kind of like how I got caught up and everything, but this is going to take a lot more time than you thought it would. If you still, maybe this is you deciding if you still want this, and it feels like you do, and then you reposition it. So just, if you want this, stay the course, but please be kind to yourself and know that it's not going to happen overnight, and that you're going to need to kind of take some breaks for your own well-being also, because no matter how worth it this is, we got the Lovers, we got the Sun here, we got this Ace of Cups. It's not going to be worth it if you're not going to be met halfway at the end of the day, if someone's not into it like you are. Time will tell, but you are more than entitled to pick a tapping out point, like after such and such effort or so many days or months or weeks or whatever, I'm calling it. And please do that so that you don't get yourself in over your head or just hurt. I'd feel better if it was the Hangman rather than the Moon here, because the Moon is, there's things going on that you don't know about. Could be how they feel. It could be other things that have transpired since you two have had the break or the shift, and they're not being especially forthcoming about that because it competes with your offer or your desire, so or what you want. So I'm just and there you have it, a bunch of word salad. Hope you got some meaning out of this. Yeah, just decide if it's what you want. All right, I got the Four of Swords here. I keep looking at that. breaks along the way. I'll tell you that much. Breaks along the way. Okay. All right. Thank you for stopping by. And I wish you luck with this. I hope they come around. I hope that you're able to get some clarity, because it looks like you might be alone in deciding this, what you're going to do. Either you're going to hold vigil and be like, okay, I'm just going to trust that they're going to come around because they're worth it. I love them that much, and that things have changed, and I want to show them that. Or this could be you deciding, you know what, I'm going to shift the focus, and I've got to start giving less to this because it's just, I'm not getting anything back, and I feel like I'm just throwing good into a void. Crossroads. All right, Libra, shutting up. It's almost a half hour. Good gracious. Thank you if you lasted this long. I do hope it was helpful. I really do. And I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.